The other day, I was going through old DVDs that I have purchased throughout the years, and I came across the Cinderella movie. Haven't seen it in many years, and one of my favorite movies as a child. And so something told me to watch it again, and it was just as lovely as it always has been ever since I was a little kid. And about a day or two after I watched this movie again, I came across this book, The Law of Divine Compensation by Marianne Williamson. And there's a part in the book where she was explaining that story, the Cinderella story, and how that story has a real metaphysical message behind it. And she was going into detail as to why there's a real metaphysical message behind it, more than just believing and then eventually your dream will come true. She was explaining the part where when the fairy godmother finally arrived, and Cinderella said, "I didn't think you'd come." And she says, "That's not true, or I couldn't have come." Meaning that Cinderella already had that mindset of the miraculous. That's what Marianne Williamson calls the mindset of the miraculous. And therefore, her fairy godmother was able to appear. And she was explaining that despite the existing circumstances that Cinderella was experiencing in that moment, the fairy godmother was still able to create the dress and the carriage and all that, because she said that that's how the universe operates, that the current existing circumstances that you are experiencing in your physical reality today, right here, right now, is basically a platform for what could be. And I like the way she explains it. I'm going to quote from her book. That's how the universe operates. Whatever already is a platform for what could be. Cinderella, despite her circumstances as a servant, had the mindset of the miraculous, and so miracles came to her. And she went on to say that basically how this story, the Cinderella story, relates to anybody is that our soul is basically Cinderella, and the ego, that voice, that negative voice inside your head that tells you you can't have what you want, you can't do it, that you're less than smart or you're not enough, all of that negative voice inside you, the ego, or there's an acronym for it, edging God out. The ego is the evil stepmother. Your soul is Cinderella, and the fairy godmother is the universe or God or the Holy Spirit or however you want to call it. And I never thought about it in that way. I mean, this might not be new to some people that are watching, but for me, in this context, that story and relating it to metaphysics, I was like, wow, that's so true. That makes sense, because we do have to have faith in the universe. We have to have faith that things, and trust that things work out for us, and maintain that vibrational frequency. And that's how you do that, with that trust, with that faith. And so it's all about maintaining that mindset of the miraculous. I liked how she puts it in those words. The mindset of the miraculous, that despite, no matter what's going on in your life right now, no matter how much injustice was going on in your life right now, that if you just maintain that mindset, that really you can manifest miracles, you can manifest change in your life. I know it sounds a little bit cliche, gosh, I know, like an old fairy tale, of course, as long as you keep believing, no matter how your heart is grieving, the dream that you wish will come true. Yes, that's true, and it sounds cliche, I know, but really when you understand that, you really got to hold on to that mindset, just like how Cinderella did. It can happen in real life for you here in this world. And I believe that fairy tale really did have a true metaphysical message behind it, and I'm surprised I didn't get it earlier in my life, but better late than never. That's why I want to share it with other people.